13,756. That's the number of crashes last year in Ohio, from minor to very serious, and that the Ohio State Highway Patrol blames totally on distraction.
You know, it is one reason troopers are now looking for the problem, not only from the roads, but even from the air.
Yes, they're watching for distracted driving from high above. One crash victim tells anchor Kristen Hartman anything to keep drivers' eyes on the road.
I told myself I wasn't going to cry.
The memory of what happened 3 years ago still brings tears. Julie Patrick was in stop-and-go traffic on I-75 near Florence.
That's a noise you'll never forget.
When the driver of a truck hauling 26,000 pounds,
You could hear the tires screeching.
slammed into her.
My legs were crushed. I couldn't move. I couldn't get out of the car to check the kids.
Though the kids were okay, Julie took the brunt of the hit. Her list of injuries included cuts and spine and leg fractures. She says she had to learn to walk again, all because a driver was not paying attention. That driver, in a deposition WCPO obtained from Julie's attorney, said, "I must have been distracted by something, but I don't know what." Across the tri-state, distracted driving is a problem. So much so, the Ohio State Highway Patrol started looking for it from the air. Andrew Edinger is a state trooper pilot.
Well, distracted driving has the appearance of aggressive driving. The motorist loses track of what's going on, and all of a sudden they find themselves following too close behind the vehicle in front of them, or they stray from their lane.
His bird's eye view allows him to see trouble and call it out to patrols on the interstate. Since they work together,
photographer Ryan Heater, you see him right there, wave Ryan, is catching the enforcement from the air. I'm catching the enforcement from the ground.
I joined Sergeant Christina Hayes as she and two other troopers
We are heading to the air zone.
found shoulder spots near Lebanon. Edinger was there too, just at a different altitude. The eye in the sky, he has the grand view. He can see traffic patterns and problems, like this case of speed.
90 on a white vehicle just leaving the zone.
The primary offense here, going over the limit. Secondary, worth checking, maybe distraction.
I've had distracted drivers that are driving 90 mile an hour because they're looking away and they have no idea.
Just like they sometimes have no idea they're on another motorist's tail. Following too closely can happen when you look away while traveling 90 feet a second.
This dark pickup, watch him. He was half crawling. Look at him cutting through traffic right there. Moving all the way to the right lane to pass a semi. He was a half crawling behind a dark SUV.
But was it distracted driving? Confirmation in every case has to come from a ground crew.
One of the things that we're constantly looking for is what the driver is doing inside the vehicle as they pass us or as we're closing the gap in on them.
That happens when, over the radio, the pilot helps them trail the trouble he sees.
Your target vehicle's left center lane just behind you.
So that's the car. I don't see a distraction at this time.
But there was still the stop.
He checked you 85 miles per hour, and then you were also following a vehicle too close.
Distraction is tough to catch because on top of the moving violation, the trooper has to see the texting or the reading or the talking. Since February of 2017, troopers have written just 62 distracted driving tickets in the air enforcement.
If we can prove distraction, they will get a distracted driving citation on top of the moving violation that we observe.
The challenge of it all doesn't stop them from trying to change the behavior that fuels part of Justin Lawrence's law practice.
I would say more than 90% of the auto accident cases that we take have to do with distracted driving.
He says Julie's was one of the worst. They back the Ohio State Highway Patrol's efforts to prevent the kind of pain she endured.
Maybe it'll save some lives.
The troopers say they are saving lives. In the story, we said they've given 62 distracted driving tickets in this air enforcement program. That is out of a total of more than 5,000 traffic stops. They say even when they can't prove distracted driving, the stops allow them to have conversations that can change behavior, all to make the roads safer. Kristen Hartman, 9 on your side.